Hey guys, Megan here, faithful fibromyalgia warrior, also known as healing foods coach. There we go, down at the bottom. I hope you're all doing well. It's Monday, the 15th of July, just about 3 o'clock here in the afternoon in Colchester. I hope you're all having a fantastic Monday. I'm actually feeling really amazing, which is a shock to me because I only landed back in London on Saturday. My flight got in at 6:30 in the morning. It was a 7-hour flight. There's a 5-hour time difference from where I was in Canada, in Ontario, to here. And I'm actually feeling quite alert and energized at this moment. And by the way, before anyone asks, let me just point out that this beautiful lounge you see behind me, that's not my lounge, okay? In case anybody's wondering. No, I don't know where the piano came from, and no, I couldn't tell you where to buy the sofa because it's not my place. Anyways, so today's mini topic, if I may, is how to combat exhaustion and jet lag, and how I'm doing that without the use of caffeine. Now, full disclosure, I am still drinking decaffeinated coffee, but I have given up all caffeinated beverages otherwise. Okay, and ultimately, one day I will probably look at getting rid of coffee completely, as far as decaf as well as regular. But for right now, I really enjoy the taste of a well-prepared, well-roasted, decaffeinated coffee. And the coffee I'm drinking, just for clarification, has been decaffeinated through the Swiss water process. Okay, so there's no added horrible chemicals like you get with a lot of the ones that are out there. So I've given up caffeine, which is, I want to be very clear and specific. It's not the coffee beverage itself that's the issue. It's, for me, with my IBS, it's the caffeine in the beverage that causes me a flare-up. Because I have no gut issues with decaf. I have loads of issues when I drink regular coffee. 4 days, though, 0 caffeine. And I thought I would be feeling like a great big bag of poop by now. And actually, I feel pretty great. Now, I was very tired a few hours ago. Can't lie. But I was actually able to power through it, which was amazing. Now, do you have to give up caffeinated beverages to be carnivore? No, you do not. Okay. You can include those in an animal-based diet. And I have spoken to this in other videos. Why? Because technically you're not eating the bean, the coffee bean. You're simply taking a bean that has been roasted and that hot water has been run over, which is giving you flavored brown hot water, essentially. Okay? So it is not as detrimental to the health as, say, eating other beans, legumes, pulses, and so forth would be. There are 0 carbohydrates in in coffee, 0. They do not have the tannin. It does not have the tannins like tea does. And so if you are choosing to follow an animal-based diet and you want to continue to keep coffee, whether it's regular or decaf, in your diet plans, feel free. You are still carnivore. I'm not going to send the carnivore police to your door to take away your membership card. Not at all. I have given up caffeinated coffee and beverages because it's the caffeine that wreaks havoc on my gut, not the actual beverage itself. Okay? I just want to be fully open and disclose that from the beginning, right? So that's why I had to start giving up regular coffee. For me, it's not the drink, but it's the caffeine in the drink that causes me issues with my rosacea and my IBS. So 4 days, 0 caffeine, which is amazing. I can't believe I made it so far. And also dealing with jet lag and exhaustion at the same time, which many of you might think I'm mental and completely nuts. And you're probably right. But I knew that I was going to feel exhausted and wiped from giving up caffeine. And I knew that I'd be exhausted already from jet lag. So I figured, might as well put them together. Surely that can't be any worse than just dealing with one or the other individually. And so far it's been helpful. Now I'm making sure to get lots of butter in my diet, as well as adequate protein from my egg yolks and my beef. And that has made a huge help. That's been really, really helpful, as well as I've been making sure to add a bit of salt, either to my decaf coffee or just to some water, because my body is detoxing from the caffeine and the withdrawals. It makes it that much more common for me to develop headaches. Kind of like when you gave up sugar or dairy or any other carb, your body goes through the withdrawals. You feel headaches and other type symptoms when you transition to carnivore. When you come off of caffeine, same thing happens. But when I make sure to include a little bit of ground up sea salt in my water every day, it not only does it keep my electrolytes balanced, but it helps me prevent my minor headaches becoming massive headaches. Okay. Which is the biggest thing I really noticed, was having kind of not like nowhere near migraine level, but kind of annoying, achy headaches, which when I add a bit of salt and keep up with my fluids, helps. Also, it just overall keeps me feeling full and satisfied, and it just helps get over those withdrawal symptoms. I'm not quite sure why exactly, but it does work. Okay, so if you are transitioning to an animal-based diet and you're feeling headachy, lightheaded even, you may need to add a bit of salt. Okay, it could very well be not an electrolyte imbalance, because your body is flushing all the garbage and crap out, which can also, because it comes out as in fluid form, that can also mean you have a loss of electrolytes along the way. So that is often why. Now you may not need to go out and buy an electrolyte supplement. Again, start by adding just a bit of salt into some water. Whatever water you drink, just grind a little bit of salt in. Okay, and that should be more than enough to help balance things out. If it's not, maybe then you want to try an electrolyte supplement, but that shouldn't be something you have to do as the first course of action when you're withdrawing from anything that's been addictive, whether it's caffeine, sugar, or carbs. That's my little public health safety spiel for the video. So what have I been doing? Okay. So what I've found has been really helpful to try to keep my energy levels up and not sleep through the day is keeping myself occupied. I have a couple of series that I was binge watching on Netflix that I really got into, and that helped keep me alert for a couple of hours. When I found I was starting to drift off, I had to shut the TV off. Okay, I had to get up. Had to walk around the house a little bit, did a bit of laundry, made sure I did some dishes. Yesterday I took a walk into town because we were out of a few grocery items. That was a couple miles. That was a return trip. Today needed a couple of other things, had to go to the bank, so did that today. That was also a 2-mile return trip. Little bits of movement help energize the body. It's signals to the brain, hey, we're up, we're moving, we need energy. This is not rest and repair time. This is let's get going, let's get mobilized, let's stay awake time. Okay. If you can't move a lot, and that might be where you are in life at the moment, and that's okay. Even just like rolling your shoulders, stretching your neck out, even just standing up and stretching your arms, doing one of these, do that once every hour. Get up off the sofa for a couple minutes if you can, or even for a few seconds, sit down again. If you're able to move from one seat in the house to another spot, because every time you get up and move, even if it's just a little bit, that tells your brain to tell your body, hey, we need energy to move. This isn't time for us to just relax and rest, right? The more active you are, the more endorphins you generate, and the more your body keeps going, which is what you want. If you're trying to avoid complete exhaustion and you want to not constantly feel like you got to take a nap during the day. Now, having said that, if you still find that you've tried all these things and you're still beat and you still need to grab a nap, then by all means, grab a nap, okay? That may actually help get you through. Maybe if it's just an hour, that might get you through until bedtime, whenever that is. Maybe that'll help refresh you for the next day. For me to get over this jet lag, I know that in order for me to fully kind of kick my body's circadian rhythm back into UK time from Canada, I cannot let myself sleep during the day. I happened to just wake up at 6 because that's when the sun came out and was shining through my window. So I was up. And I felt completely exhausted by about 10 o'clock. And I had a moment of weakness where I got this close to having a regular coffee, but I knew it wasn't worth it. I was just going to feel worse later in the day. It was going to totally screw up my sleep schedule tonight. And ultimately, the hit from the caffeine was going to, one, set off my IBS, and two, it was just not going to last for very long. That's the issue. That's the problem when we have caffeine is, yes, it is an adrenaline spike, it causes our adrenaline to spike up. And the effects are not very long lasting. And then it becomes, you need to have more of it to try to get it to last longer, which it never does. So you drink more and more and more of it to the point where you can drink coffee all day and eventually it will have no effect on your body whatsoever. It's a stimulant. But after a certain amount, for a certain amount of time, it stops becoming effective. And then you're fully addicted to the caffeine of it, which is where I was at. I mean, while you're drinking it, because if you don't, you have withdrawals, but it's no longer beneficial in any way. It's no longer helping you have that burst of energy. And you're just feeling even more exhausted shortly after you have one. So I didn't want to go that route. So I got up, I got showered, I got dressed, put my shoes on, walked into town to run some errands, did those errands, came back, did some laundry, did a bit of cleaning, just some overall little bits of movement that have really helped me stay alert. Something as simple as standing for more than a couple of minutes can help energize your body, because it's not like you're telling yourself, we're standing, we need energy to stand. It's just when you're standing up, your body and brain get signals between each other saying, I need to provide energy to keep this body upright. I guess now is not the time to fall asleep. I mean, I'm simplifying, obviously. Okay. So I don't want anyone thinking, oh my gosh, it was so easy. You just give up caffeine and you're great. I'm still tired. I'm still feeling tired. But I'm finding things that are helping me to, right now, honestly, I just got to push through the tired, because I really, really, really want to kick this jet lag in the butt as fast as possible. Normally coming back with that kind of time difference, the 5-hour time difference, normally takes me 2 weeks. And I don't want to feel exhausted and unmotivated and just worn out and wiped for 2 weeks. For me personally, that's just where I'm at. And if that's not where you're at the moment, that's okay too. I mean, you got to do you. I'm just suggesting, if you're trying to help reduce the amount of time it may take you to get over jet lag, or you're just trying to improve your overall energy levels, it seems very contradictory, and it certainly did to me, but I have more energy now off caffeine trying to get through this jet lag than I ever would have had while I was still drinking regular coffee and trying to manage jet lag, because that stimulant just totally would have screwed up my sleep schedule for a long stretch of time. And so, yeah, I thought it was going to be awful. It's not been easy. Okay. So anyone else who's going through this, trust me, I get it. It's not easy, but it's a lot more easy than I thought it would be, if that makes sense. These are just some things I've been doing. I've been able to make it without any caffeine at all. I have no intention of having any caffeine ever again. And like I said before, I might even reach a point where I decide, yeah, maybe I won't even drink decaf. Don't know yet. Because if it's a well roasted and prepared like Americano or espresso shot, I'm all in for that. I love the taste of a really good quality cup of coffee, decaf coffee. However, I do not ever want to go back to caffeine. So this is kind of what's been helping me over the last 4 days. You might be in the same situation or not sure. But if you're trying to think of things that maybe you're feeling exhausted a lot, you may not be on caffeine, but you're still tired. These are things that might help boost your energy levels. Some kind of movement is, I find, really, really key. Whether it is simply an act of standing up once every hour just to lift your arms up, roll your shoulders on your neck, stretch your back out, and sit back down. That alone can energize our bodies. If you're not yet at a place where you can do a lot of other movement, and you may not be. I certainly wasn't, right? But if you are, then yeah, even just a short 2-mile walk, which is not a lot. That's like 45 minutes. That would be more than enough to boost your energy levels and your endorphins to kind of keep you going. Just some suggestions. And even if, you don't want to walk, you've got mobility, but you don't feel like walking, or the weather's crappy, throw on a song, break out a little mini dance party, even if it's just you in your living room dancing for yourself. You'll feel so much better. I always do. Whatever music you're into, you'll feel better. I'm sure of it. I hope this is helpful. I hope some of these things, if you haven't tried them, maybe you will. I hope that they help you as you're dealing perhaps with exhaustion or caffeine withdrawals yourself. I hope this helps. Let me know. Let me know what you guys are doing, or what works for you, what things you've been trying. I hope that this really is helpful for all of you. Thank you so much for all of your encouragement, your kind words, your support. It means the world to me. It really, really does. Thank you for everything. You guys are amazing. I'll talk to you soon. Should be back tomorrow with more content. Thanks for now, guys. Bye.